The next styling job I want to focus on, and you can really do these styling operations in any order that you like. This is just the order that I typically do them in. The next styling job I'm going to tackle is the job of changing the look and the coloration of the outline of Rutherford County. See how in the example map here, the outlines are kind of this dark black line. And it might be hard to see on your screen, but there's a teeny bit of a difference in the shading. The area inside Rutherford County is just a little bit grayer than the area outside Rutherford County. So let's have a look at how to do those two things. Um, so this styling is going to happen down here in the layer that has the Rutherford County shapefile in it. Um, uh, just go down there and again hover over the name until the paint can pops up, and then click the paint can. And let's choose. Let's choose black for the color here. That gets us the black outline of the county. You could pick a different outline color if you wanted, but I think black stands out pretty well. And then to get that kind of very faint gray shading, grab the transparency, the polygon transparency slider here, and just move it until you have a degree of gray that you like. I'll stop it, say right about there. You don't want it to be too dark because then you can't see through it to see the features underneath. And you want users to be able to do that because they need to be able to figure out where these bridges are. In order to do that, they need to be able to see the various roadways and so forth on the map. But you also don't want it too light because then it doesn't stand out at all. So just a little bit of shading to kind of help people see that, oh, that's Rutherford County on the map. And if you want to, this isn't critical, but if you want to, you can also make grab the border width sliding and make the borders just a little bit wider if you want to. If you go too wide, it looks kind of amateurish or cartoonish. If you go too small, they kind of vanish altogether. So just something kind of right in there, or you can just leave it at the default is also pretty good. So that's how to style the shading and the outline color of the county polygon. Let's edit the map's title and labels next. For starters, I want to change. Notice how in the final map we have titles and labels that make sense. We've got bad bridges up here. We've got Rutherford County bridges and culverts rated structurally deficient in 2021 here. I've got spans by type here as the header for the bridges and culverts data, and then down here in the layer for Rutherford County borders, I've simply called it Rutherford County borders. In the default map, we get untitled. We get bridge data for map, which was the name of the data file that we used to get all this stuff in here, and then Nash area was the name of the KML that we used to import the county borders. So all that needs to change. We also need to change the detail window that pops up here. Here, for example, we've changed the title that's going to pop up at the top of the detail window to the name of the feature that's spanned. In this case, it's Stewart's Creek. And we've also edited what information actually shows up in the window. Notice that the latitude and longitude codes aren't visible here because users don't really need to see those. It's just going to clutter up the window. So let's look at how to do those two things. Back to the map that we're working on. Editing the titles is as easy as clicking on the title that you want to edit and typing whatever you want here in the map title. I've got the title I want to use saved over here, so I'm just going to paste it in to avoid typing it and making mistakes. So the thing to remember is you don't have a ton of room here. Oops, that's not the right title. You don't have a ton of room up here. You want to kind of keep this nice and short. Let's see, what did I use up here? I used just bad bridges. Let's go with that. Bad bridges. Yeah. Okay. For the description, that's what shows up under here. You have a little bit more room to work with. So I'm just going to copy that, I think, and paste it here. Of course, you would need to type it. and save that, and see it that easy. It changed. We got bad bridges, and then you have the description under here. Um, and then to change this, again, just click on it and change what you want there. Let's see, instead of bridge data for map, I'm going to change this to spans by type. And let's see, this Nash area in the model, that is Rutherford County borders. Let's grab that real quick. Or you could just type it. There we go. And save. So that easy. We've changed the title here, the sort of subtitle, if you will, and the titles of each of the layers on the map. The next thing we need to do is edit what happens, what appears when you pop up these little detail windows, and you can pick any of the dots you want. Whatever you do to one dot will affect all the dots. So let's grab whichever one you want right here. See how the latitude and the longitude are showing up here? By default, it shows everything that it can in the data set. To hide those, just click the little pencil-shaped icon right here, the edit icon. Click that, and just uncheck anything that you don't want to show, like that. And if you wanted to, you could also switch the name that's going to show up at the top of the detail window. This thing right here. If you remember when we imported the data, we picked the feature span to be the title. If you wanted to change that for some reason, you could change it to like bridge ID, and then feature span will get sort of moved down here. But I like having the having the feature span as the name up there, so I'm gonna do that instead. I guess I'll leave the bridge ID in there. It could be useful for other purposes. It is possible, by the way, to grab this bridge ID and just Google it, and you'll find information about that bridge, because that's a standard name for the bridge. So it has some utility. Let's leave it in the map. But once you've unchecked whatever you want to hide, just click Save. And now, see, it doesn't matter which one you click on. The latitude and the longitude are no longer visible. See that? So whatever you do to one of them affects all of them. So now we're just about done. We've edited the titles, we've edited the detail window, and really the only thing left to do is to publish this map and then get it embedded in your WordPress site.